Today on What's Happening Waupaca, we'll meet Waupaca's newest City Council member. We'll learn how you can recycle all your old electronics, take an insider look at the newly expanded Fleet Farm, find out what CHAP's Academy is all about, learn how you can support the Waupaca Food Pantry, and of course we'll feature the Pet of the Month. I'm Joni Kern and this is What's Happening Waupaca. This afternoon is Linda Holtbeck from the Waupaca Food Pantry. Welcome back. You were just on the show a couple of months ago.
We were in June.
It's good to see you back. The first thing we want to talk about, because I want to highlight it, is the success for you of the July 4th parade.
Yes.
And you told me you got how much food along the parade route?
646 pounds of food that the people along the parade route gave us in shopping carts and in the tractor that had the loader in the front. And $435.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
What a fabulous, yeah. Because we think about going to a parade to have fun.
Right.
I mean, I think it's really neat that we all have a giving spirit besides that.
Yeah.
How cool.
So it will be done again next year, so be ready.
Oh, we'll have to announce it.
I know.
Sounds good. We also want to talk about the Boy Scout food drive. That's coming up on October 19th.
It is.
And what are the Boy Scouts going to be doing?
They will be putting out bags the week before, I think that's the 12th, and then they will be collecting those bags full of food at everyone's homes. On the 19th, they bring it to the food pantry and it's all sorted there. And we'll be ready to roll when they come. That's a very successful food drive for you. It is. And it sets you up for the fall with school kids and Thanksgiving right around the corner. Exactly. However, there are some requirements. About things that we like to have donated. Expiration dates should be current. Mm-hmm. Damaged cans.
You don't want any damaged cans?
No
open cans?
No open cans.
No open peanut butter jars?
No, we do get that sometime, believe it or not. So those things. And glass probably is not a good idea because it breaks easily.
Okay, all right.
We do have some glass jars, you know, tomato spaghetti sauce and that kind of thing on the shelf, but there's more of a chance. As
we fill the bags, we really want to think about filling it with fresh stuff from the grocery store, not in glass.
Absolutely.
And as long as it's unopened, we're good to go.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I want to talk, you have an Eagle Scout that we want to highlight because he did something very special for you. Tell us about that.
He did. His name is Jake Bratz, and he made some donation boxes. There are 6 of them around the community. One is at the food pantry outside our doors, and food can be dropped off there anytime. They're very secure. They have nice covers on them. So one is at the food pantry. One is at the library in the lobby. One is at Trinity Lutheran Church. One is at Parfreyville Methodist Church. There's another one at First United Methodist Church, and there's one at Mary Magdalene. So they are all around the community, and food can be dropped off at any time.
Fabulous. You can put it just in the box instead of making the extra drive to the food pantry.
You can, and they're all monitored. So the the boxes are checked and the food is brought over to the food pantry when there's some to bring over.
Okay, so I wouldn't necessarily want to put fresh fruits or vegetables in the boxes?
No, because...
I just want to do canned goods.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, produce has been left in some of them, but we don't know when someone will be by to look in there.
Right. I just thought I'd mention
if
that.
there is fresh produce, bring it to the food pantry.
Beautiful. And you take fresh produce.
Absolutely.
So that's great. All those extra tomatoes and cucumbers that we have in our gardens that we can't use.
Yes. Now, we cannot use home canned food, however.
Okay.
It has to be commercially done.
Fresh out of the grocery store or fresh right out of my garden?
Yes.
I can do that. We also wanted to highlight just a little bit about items that you are looking for.
Okay.
What kind of things are you looking for?
All right, I have my list. Right now, we also, besides food items, we have school supplies, so that's something that we could emphasize right now. Canned meats, canned pastas, Jell-O, pudding, soup, crackers, always, hamburger helper, cereal, hot and cold. those are some really good basics.
Good, good. And if I'm at Fleet Farm, I can pick up an extra notebook and a couple of pencils, and I can
Yes,
see I wouldn't have
they're all
thought
on
of that.
sale now.
What a fabulous idea. Linda, it's always a pleasure to see you and have you on.
Thank you.
And congratulations again on the July 4th parade.
Thank you.
What a
We were
fabulous
thrilled.
thing.
Thrilled.
Oh, absolutely. What a great thing for the community.
The people of Waupaca are so generous.
Yes. Okay. We will see you again.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Linda. Next, we have Jillian Peterson, who is our newest Waupaca City Council member.
Angie, Master Stylist. Operating a high-style salon on 6th Street in Waupaca. Offering haircuts and coloring, nails, skin, and more. For more information, contact Angie at 920-850-3283 or email her. Angie, Master Stylist, proud sponsor of What's Happening Waupaca.
We have Jillian Peterson here, who is our newest member of the Waupaca City Council. Welcome, Jillian.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Doing good.
Now, you were elected in April with the City Council, so you
Right.
have all kinds of experience under your belt already, right?
Right, few months, yep.
How are you enjoying it?
I like it a lot. It's been a learning experience so far.
Yeah? Do
Yeah.
you have any political background, or was this just kind of getting your feet wet in it?
Yeah, just,
Yeah. I know when I asked you why you got on, you thought it was a good time. So why don't you introduce us to yourself a little bit? Are you from the Waupaca area?
I'm not. I'm actually from Michigan, just outside Grand Rapids, Michigan. We've lived here for about 8 years. My husband and I moved, knew that it was a place we wanted to settle down and raise a family, so we moved.
So you said your kids are still fairly young, but they're not, I mean, they're old enough that this is a good time for you to start to get involved with the community, which was one of the big things.
Right. My youngest is 2 and my oldest is almost 4. So we're at least out of the baby stage. My oldest is just starting preschool in a few weeks. So.
Oh, isn't that exciting for you?
Yeah, very exciting.
Great. So what's the most exciting thing you've done as a city council member so far?
I think just learning all about the community and really getting involved and knowing what's going on and being able to be a part of those decisions.
You haven't had any votes that have been particularly exciting?
Nothing major at this point. We've got a lot of exciting things going on with the South Park renovations.
That is a big deal around here.
It is, yeah.
Yes, it is. And I'm putting you on the spot. I don't really mean to be doing that too much. So what is the scariest thing? I have never been on a city council. So what is the scariest thing about doing a job like that? As far as, is it the learning process, or is it talking to the people, or what is it?
Probably just learning. There's, saying A or nay, and, learning the kind of how to work through the council meeting. But other than that, they give us a lot of information beforehand on what's going to be brought up so that we can do some research on our own time, ahead of things and get to know about the issues.
And I bet you really enjoy being out and about and talking to the people. And you're with District Number 1. And I bet you enjoy being out there and listening to their opinions and bringing that kind of feedback right back to the city council.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a really important part about being a city council member, is making sure that you are representing your community.
Right, exactly.
So, well, congratulations on
Thank
being
you.
part of the city council, and we will look forward to seeing you in the news.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jillian. Next, we have Ann Dake and Aaron Holcomb from Chaps Academy.
The Revival in downtown Waupaca prides themselves in providing above and beyond customer service. From small to tall, women of any age can consider the Revival your professional personal stylist, helping you find the right outfit for any occasion, weddings, senior pictures, or even a special night out. The Revival also specializes in home decor with a large selection and variety of items to choose from, including art from local Waupaca artists. The Revival, 111 West Fulton Street across from Farmer State Bank, downtown Waupaca. For more information, call 715-281-5100 or find them on Facebook. The Revival, home, art, and fashion. If your organization would like to be featured on What's Happening Waupaca, let us know. Call us at 715-258-4405 or visit our website, wintvwaupaca.com, for details.
Our next guests are Ann Dake and Aaron Holcomb from Chaps Academy. This is really exciting. Everybody on the show knows that I'm a horse lover. And you run and started Chaps Academy. So I want you to start by telling us a little bit about why you started it and what exactly you do.
Chaps is an equine-assisted mental health organization, and we started with the basic foundation of children, adolescents, needed a place to receive mental health services that was more along the lines of how they learned and how they communicated. And so in a talk therapy setting, when kids are sitting across a chair from a grown-up, talking about things that are going on in their lives and their problems is not a natural thing. It's an interview-like thing, it's a question, it's an answer, it opens the door for opposition. At Chaps, we use horses and other creative counseling techniques to work with kids on a more experiential basis. So instead of talking about the things that are bothering them, we actually work through those things. So the horses help us in creating the scene for what's going on in life.
One of the really phenomenal things about horses is that they truly are mirrors.
Yes.
So when I walk into my barn, if I'm stressed out and anxious, my horses are going to be stressed out and anxious.
Yes.
And one of the things that makes, I believe, Chaps Academy works so well with kids is that they learn to recognize emotions and talk about them as if they're the horse's emotions, not realizing that the horses are mirrors.
Exactly. And it's always easier to solve somebody else's problem than it is to solve your own.
Oh, yeah.
And so kids, naturally, are problem solvers. And it's much less threatening to look at a horse and to talk about why that horse looks sad or feels sad or why that horse is anxious or upset or angry. And kids are natural storytellers. And so when they look at a horse and its behavior and they put emotions to that behavior, they're really telling you the story of what's going on in their lives, either that day or in a previous situation. And so they're telling you metaphorically what's going on, and they're solving their own problems in a way that is not a grown-up telling a kid what to do.
And that, I mean, it works.
Works.
Your specialty, and we're going to get into all of the different programs that you have available, but your specialty is working with suicidal teenage girls.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, the average girl that comes into your facility has been hospitalized 3 times for suicide
Anywhere
attempts?
between 3 to 8 times, yes.
So these are girls that really have tried to leave and haven't succeeded at it. So they're not, I mean, this is pretty serious. And your success rate is?
100%.
It's 100% with the girls not going back into a hospital?
Well, our success rate is that we've never lost a child to suicide once they've engaged in our program. And we have about 5% of those who start our program who do need to be rehospitalized at some point in time during their treatment at Chaps. Once discharged from Chaps, I believe in over 700 kids, we've had about 3, I think it's 3 that have needed to be rehospitalized after discharge.
That is, I mean, that's phenomenal. Let's just, I get chills, just to put this in perspective. What is the success ratio for a clinical setting for the same type of girl?
I'm not sure that I can really speak to other clinical settings. I know that our program has received a lot of attention because it's a very difficult population to engage in the treatment process. It's not that the services that we provide are any better, it's that we're able to engage kids in a way that they enjoy coming. And when kids engage in being a part of the treatment process, that's where your success comes in.
That's fabulous. Now you work with autistic kids as well. You do a bunch of different programs. So let's quickly talk about those.
Yeah, we have a special gifts program that works with kids with autism, Asperger's, attention deficit disorder, anxiety, attachment, those types of issues, the younger children. We have a play therapy clinic in Kaukauna now, which is outside of our equine facility. And it's a really cool setting where it's like a mini gymnasium of different play therapy workstations. And we have a fabulous counselor there with tons of experience in working with kids in a play therapy model. And so we have that program, and we have a traditional outpatient program that provides traditional mental health services to children and families. And we have locations in Kaukauna and Appleton and our equine facility in Shiocton.
Fabulous. And it's nice to introduce you to the Waupaca community, because you were telling me that the WCAC here in Waupaca has been supporting Chaps for years.
Yes, the Waupaca Area Community Foundation has been a supporter of us for many years. And actually, we, as an organization, about 20% of the families that we serve in our Hope Lives program come from the Waupaca County area.
That's great, and I said that wrong. It's the WACF, the Waupaca Area Community Foundation. Sorry about that. But that's really neat, and the 20% of them come from this area is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Now you guys have very, very quickly, you have a fundraiser coming up, and Erin is going to tell us there's not a whole lot planned, so we want to watch and we want to listen about that because we'll see it advertised around. But it's coming up in November, so tell us a little bit about that, Erin.
Yep, November 2nd, we are having, we're rolling out a new fall event. So this event is called Chilling with Chaps. Previously, we had done a fall frolic, and that had sort of snowballed into both an awareness event as well as a fundraising activity. So as we've grown and our audience has grown, we needed to specialize what it was that we were doing a little bit more. So we're focusing this year on creating just an awareness event, helping families become familiar with our services, getting them out to the facility to see what it is that we do, and engaging kids while they're out there. So the November 2nd event will have food and caramel apples and hot chocolate and apple cider. It'll
Okay,
also have activities for both teens as well as kids.
Okay. So I can eat and I can have fun.
Correct.
Oh, I'll be there.
Great.
That sounds good. Thank you both so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure being on the show. It was good to see you again,
Yes,
Ann.
thank you for having
And
us.
we will keep an eye on your website to get more
Absolutely.
information about the November 2nd and any other events that you guys have planned.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we are going to Fleet Farm, and we are going to get an insider look at the new Fleet Farm expansion.
Whether enjoying a day of flying, group gatherings, one of 50 Cherokee Oshkosh or EAA professional pilots, supporting the community, our local businesses, aviation groups, and pilots of the future. We are the Waupaca Municipal Airport at Brunner Field.
We're here on site at Fleet Farm here in Waupaca this morning. We have Paul Gilbert here, who is the marketing manager. You work in the Appleton corporate offices, correct?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So we're here kind of celebrating the growth of Fleet Farm. Now you have more than quadrupled in size. From what square footage?
We were at 28,000 before, and now we're over 120,000. So we're very excited to grow with Waupaca and to be part of the community in this bigger footprint.
So not only a terrific store, but a great support for the Waupaca community as well.
Oh, absolutely. Waupaca and Fleet Farm have had a relationship for several years, and everybody was just excited to expand the store and bring more stuff to the area and finally get Waupaca off the list of not stocked at things in the flyer. That was always something that we heard about. So we're glad to not have that problem anymore.
Absolutely, and it's terrific because now you have all of the things that Appleton and Point had, and you have it all here in the store, and there's room to move around. So for anybody that hasn't come to see the new Fleet Farm, you have to come in. Now you also added a bunch of employees. How many did you add here?
Well, we increased our employee base by about 50%. So right now we're at 120 employees. So.
And that's terrific for the Waupaca community.
Yes, it is.
So we're looking around at the store, and you have one of the most exciting things that you said was that you added a bunch of apparel so people can do a whole lot more clothing shopping here.
Oh yes, absolutely. As we expanded, when you quadruple the size of a store, you're going to add more things, and we went much broader in the apparel selection, and it's been very well received. Everybody's been talking about it and how great the selection is, and it's a welcome addition. So.
It's terrific. Is there anything else exciting happening with Fleet Farm? I know you just opened a store in Iowa.
Yep, we open that store next week, actually, and then we will be opening another store in Minnesota in the fall as well. And it's just always exciting at Fleet Farm, whether we're remodeling a store like Waupaca, which has been in this fold for a long time, or building new ones. It's just a great time to be with Fleet Farm.
Now, I know that Fleet Farm actually started out in Brainerd, Minnesota as a car dealership. So tell me a little bit about how it has grown and how many states you cover now.
Yep. Well, originally the Mills family in the 1920s started with the Lively Auto Company out of Brainerd, Minnesota. And then in 1955, Fleet Farm started, and actually the first store was built in Marshfield, Wisconsin. And since 1955, we've added what will be 34 stores this fall across Minnesota, Iowa, North Dakota, and Wisconsin. So
that is really exciting. So again, if you haven't been here, you have to come visit because the new store is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Paul, for your time this morning. I appreciate you sharing your brand new store with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Holt from the Waupaca Area Chamber of Commerce, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, is joining us today. We're going to talk about the electronics recycling, and we're going to talk about a can drive that you're doing. So let's start with the electronics recycling. I know that it is on Friday and Saturday, October 11th and 12th. Do you take all electronics for that?
All, including old TVs, computer monitors, mouse, anything
that plugs in or has a battery, I can drop off there.
Absolutely.
Is there any kind of cost?
There's no cost except for TVs and computer monitors. Everything else is free. You're more than welcome to drop it off. It can include a copier or a printer, or like in a business, it could include the very large printers that you have, anything like that.
Which most of us have electronics sitting around because we can't bring them to our dump.
That's right.
Because they don't want them or they're really expensive. So it's really nice. I know last fall I took advantage of it and we got a bunch of electronics up here to the recycling. And it helps the Chamber of Commerce out as well, correct?
And the city, because we're doing it in conjunction. The Chamber and the city are working together on this one. So it helps out both of us. It's kind of a easy fundraiser for us indirectly because we actually make a penny a pound, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when's the last time you lifted a CPU or a printer, or it starts to add up pretty fast.
Absolutely. And the hours are from 9 to 11:30, and it's in the Kmart parking lot right on Fulton Street.
Correct, yes.
And we have a can drive happening.
Yep, a couple years ago, Rotary, the local Rotary Club, started collecting cans, and we cash them in, and that's kind of our fundraiser for doing improvements to Rotary Riverview Park, which is the park behind Main Street. And so anytime you can donate a can, that helps improve the park. So we're going to do that in conjunction. They can drop off their cans, and it's just beverage cans. So it's soda, beer, those types of cans.
Okay, not my corn cans.
No, not your corn
or
cans.
beans.
No.
Okay.
Just
right.
beverages.
Just beverages.
Yep.
We will keep that in mind. And we'll be able to drop it off at the same place. In the parking lot of Kmart on Fulton.
Exactly.
Same time.
Yep.
Okay. So remember, October 11th and 12th from 9 to 11:30.
Yep. And we'll have information out in the community as reminders too. So.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us today, Terry.
Thanks
for having me. I appreciate all
that
information and the ability to get rid of my electronics.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Next, we have Monica Gardner, of course, with our Pet of the Month.
Welcome to the Waupaca Area Public Library. At our library, we have programs for all ages, starting at birth to adult and beyond. In our children's department, your children may attend Children's Story Time, or for your really young child, we have Baby Garden. The teen room is for teens from grade 6 through high school, and we provide lots of services and programs in that room as well. We're not just about books. We have DVDs, we have music, we have puzzles, and we have lots of space for community activities. We have meeting rooms for public use, and our Winchester Academy of Waupaca uses our meeting rooms almost every Monday night. Every month, the exhibit room hosts a fun and interactive or educational exhibit. The exhibits are free, open to the public, and geared towards all ages. They're open during regular library hours. You can enter our building and use our internet computers, or you can bring your own device and use our free Wi-Fi. Our friendly staff is available to assist you with all of your information needs at the information desk or at the main desk. There is staff in every department during our open hours. One of our newest services is ebooks and downloadable audiobooks. You can access them through InfoSoup, our online catalog. Our catalog has materials from all 50 libraries in our consortium, and you can reach our catalog at infosoup.org from any internet computer. The library has plenty of great books, but so much more to offer. So stop down at your Waupaca library today.
We have Monica Gardner here from the Humane Society of Waupaca County, of course, with Dinky as her guest today. He's a cute little guy. You were telling me he's like 6 years old?
6 or 7, yeah.
He's a beautiful little guy. Now tell me why he's got on this funny looking hat.
That's just because we're going to be doing costume photos for Halloween, and it's going to be a really exciting event. People will be able to get a costume for their dog, get photos taken with the costume on, assuming the dog will cooperate. And we're going to be doing this in mid-October, so the dates will be posted on our website as soon as we have all that finalized.
That's really cool, because I don't have costumes that fit my dogs, so I can come right there with my dogs and we'll find costumes to fit them, and when we can purchase pictures, and we can oh, it's going to be fun.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we have Santa Claus.
Yeah, we'll be
pictures
doing
in
those
December,
also.
But I think the Halloween pictures are fun. We also have Fallorama to talk about. What's going on with you guys with Fallorama?
We're doing a big bake sale at Fallorama, and I think we'll probably have a couple of basket raffles as well. And I hear there's going to be lots of good stuff there. I know I'm baking pies.
And I have to tell everybody, I have heard that Monica's pies were fabulous, and then I actually got to try one, and they really are as good as I've heard.
So yeah,
so
we'll
there's
have
going to be a ton of
pies
there.
and cookies and bars and all kinds of good stuff.
Fabulous. And then you can have fun. There's all kinds of other vendors there too, so you can just plan on after the parade going to South Park and having a great time. That is fabulous. So Dinky is looking for a home.
Dinky is. He is half Chihuahua and half French Bulldog.
He really is beautiful. I love his color.
He's a nice little boy.
He is. He's a very good little boy. Looking for a loving home, and that's what we're going to find for you, Dinky. Okay.
Yes.
And he is a lover. Thank you so much, Monica, for joining us today. Thanks, Dinky, for dressing up for us. And we'll see you next month.
Yes, we'll be here.
Okay. Thanks for joining us today for What's Happening in Waupaca. As the holiday season quickly approaches, we'd love to feature your group on the show to highlight area activities. Give us a call at 715-258-4405 or visit wintvwaupaca.com for details.
When TV is showing our support of the Waupaca community by producing this program. Show your support and sponsor an episode. Let's keep everyone in the know about all the great things going on right here in Waupaca. Call 715-258-4405 for details.